you. Happy Christmas and all that. And I guess you're entering Christmas in the right fashion when it comes to momentum, but also importantly injuries as well.
Yeah, we're beginning to get the group back together in its entirety. Still a few. Corky's making good progress. I've just been out there watching the game today in the brutal conditions it is, to be fair, today. But Corky's come through that pretty well. So he still needs a bit more football, but that's good for him. And Johan's out there as well, getting some more minutes in, so that's a good sign. A couple of the other lads played, but really just to keep topping up fitness to make sure that they get re-injured. We're waiting on news on Dwight McNeil and Robbie. We're hopeful on Robbie for the Leeds game and possibly with Dwight as well. So we'll wait and see more news on them. But we're not thinking at this stage they're long term. So, like I said, the squad is coming back together. Results have gathered some pace with a good win against Wolves, of course. And generally the performances have been getting stronger. So, certainly things that we were hoping would come together are beginning to show signs of doing exactly that.
I just wondered in the wake of that win, that comfortable win as it was over Wolves, whether the headlines about referees were fine by you because it means you just go under the radar as usual.
Well, to be honest, the idea is that everyone has an opinion. That's fine. And their manager has a right to say what he wants to say in his fashion. I have my bits now and again, but I tended to want to focus on the performance. That was my main thing the other night. And I think it was a good performance. I thought it was a deserved win. It shows that we are capable even against very good sides. I think Wolves are a very good side. And actually, I must say, before the run of games we've just had, I don't think many people had us down for the points we've returned against Arsenal, Villa as well, who are doing really well, of course. A Wolves side that are a good side, Everton side that are a good side. So, to come out of that with the 8 points and unbeaten, I think is very pleasing just on the points alone told, but also the performances and the way we've gone about it. So, like I say, good signs of getting back to where we think we can be and challenging and being effective in games. We've got to keep working hard to keep doing that, of course.
And I imagine, for the strikers, just converting chances has been the problem so far. You start converting chances and suddenly the season starts looking differently because you were creating them, just not putting them away.
Yeah, well, like I said after the game, it's rare that we have kind of 25s and 30 chances, but we've often created very good chances. And I thought we did against Wolves. I thought we have created some good chances recently. A couple of dry games where we haven't, but generally speaking, we have. We look more effective in the final third. And I thought we did against Wolves, in a different day. If we take the other chances we had, it becomes a more comfortable end to the game. Whereas it's a bit frantic at the end. They get a late penalty and then a bit of overtime and a corner, which the referees seem to love that one. And it's overtime and they let the corner come in just in case, just for a bit of further for everyone. Trust me, we don't love that. No manager loves that one, unless you try to score a goal, of course. So yeah, overall, quite pleased with that. Quite pleased with being more effective in the final third. We've got to continue with that balance. I thought defensively very strong again, and keep finding that balance in attack. And I think there's better and improved signs of that in this run of games that we've just had.
And in terms of Leeds coming up, so many compliments and so many people sort of big fans of what they do. But is it gung ho or is it the beautiful game? What's the reality?
No, I'm not bothered about anything that they do other than trying to beat them. Opinion on football is for everyone, all concerned. My opinion is on ourselves, and whatever opinion make of Leeds from outside of our camp, it'll be ours looking at ways that we can go and play and win the game. We're not, there's a certain bit of shift in the style there, of course, we know that, almost man to man across the pitch, almost in and out of possession kind of thing. But that has helped, sort of led to an up and down season so far for Leeds. And on a hot day they are hot, and not when they're not. Sorry. So, but I think the Premier League can be a bit like that anyway. Regardless of styles, it can be a bumpy ride in the Premier League, particularly when you've come out of the Championship. But overall, I think they'll be pleased where they sit. We've got to take on knowing they're a good side, knowing they've got some energy. Equally, knowing they've not been as strong as probably they'd like at set pieces, and we are strong at set pieces, so that's another important factor. So there's lots of different details in a performance, including the one that we're looking to give against Leeds. We've got to get them details right.
But some coaches and some players are worried about Leeds running the legs off them. You don't have that concern with a Burnley team that can run as fast and as hard as they can, do you?
Well, our stats over the years have suggested that we're capable physically. We had a bit more of a challenge early season with the injuries and trying to get people fit and really fit, as I call it, Premier League fit. Statistically, we're often in amongst the front runners. of the season with our physical energy and our physical prowess. It doesn't just come down to that, but I think it's a helpful tool to have in a group of players when they're fully motivated and fully fit. So we're still getting there with some players, but we are getting stronger in that department without a doubt. A collective strength, not just individuals, but the whole group. I watch them every week, so I don't know how much the improvement is and measurable, other than the fact they're in the Premier League. So that's the first big improvement, because you've got to get out of the Championship, and it's a tough division. And they're faring well in the Premier League so far. So there's obvious improvement there. The measurability of it will be for them to decide. For me, it's just another team, another game. Another team have earned the right to be in the Premier League. So we take them all seriously, and we'll certainly be taking Leeds seriously.
Only Liverpool's games have produced more goals than Leeds so far this season. How do you prepare for a team like that? Because your defence are going to be tested, but at the same time, it gives you opportunities to attack as well.
I don't think we're prepared too differently. We found a consistent way of working with the team, and when it's working correctly, we know, we've proven over the years we can be effective in the Premier League against many different styles. Leeds is a different style again, but there's lots of different styles in the Premier League. There's a lot of similarities as well, but different tempos, different ways of playing, different individuals, of course. And Leeds have got their style, and as you rightly said, they've been up and down with a lot of goals going in. They've scored a few goals as well, and set pieces at this time seem to be a challenge to them, which can happen. We've got to capitalise on all the right things, and do all the right things we do to win a game. And that'll be our focus. We'll certainly make players aware of Leeds, but we will be focusing on our performance and what we can do and what we're looking to achieve.